My name is Nursing. We have a native called Peek-A-Bliss.
Peek-A-Bliss is the name of our initiative which aims at promoting the habit of book reading in children. We love to read stories in different languages: English, Hindi, Spanish and
French.
we are going to read a classic today. This story is called Goldilocks and the Three Bears. Let's begin. The illustrations add to the beauty of the story. Goldilocks was a cute little girl with hair that shone like gold. She loved to play in the green woods. One day she went too deep into the woods and could not find her way out. But soon she came to a pretty little cottage. Tap, tap, knock, knock. She went on the door, but no one answered. Goldilocks just pushed the door open and walked inside. Ah, what a lovely cottage it was! And there was a table set with food. Rumble, grumble went Goldilocks' tummy as she saw 3 bowls of porridge on the table. She picked up the biggest bowl and stuffed in a big spoonful of porridge into her mouth. Ah! Screamed Goldilocks, and her face turned red. The porridge in the big bowl was very hot. Let me try the other bowl. I hope the porridge tastes nice, Goldilocks said. Alas, the porridge in the bowl was just too cold. Quite hopelessly, Goldilocks finally picked up the smallest bowl and put a tiny spoonful of porridge into her mouth. It was just perfect. Warm and sweet porridge, just the way she liked it. Goldilocks happily ate up all the porridge from the bowl. Little Goldilocks then went about exploring the charming cottage. Oh, this room is the best, she exclaimed when she stepped into the living room. What a lovely fireplace, and these armchairs look so comfortable. Goldilocks quickly ran up to the biggest chair and climbed into it with some difficulty. Oof, this is quite a big chair, she said, and it really is rather hard. Goldilocks pulled a face as the hard chair was hurting her bottom. Then she got up into the soft-looking armchair. Whoosh! Squish! She just sunk into its cushions. Goldilocks could hardly sit at all. It was like getting buried in a cloud of soft, puffy cotton. This one should be all right, she thought, moving towards the smallest chair in the room. It looked like it belonged to a child. Ah, this feels just right, said Goldilocks as she settled comfortably in the chair. But just then she heard some strange sounds. Squeak! Squeal! What was that? It was the chair Goldilocks was sitting on. But why was it squeaking? Because she was just too heavy for it. Crack went the chair and broke into pieces. Now Goldilocks was upset and tired and very, very sleepy. It had been quite an adventure, losing her way, finding the strange cottage, the hot porridge and a chair that broke down when she sat on it. She found her way to the bedroom, up the stairs, and went and lay down on the biggest bed. It was just as hard as the big armchair below. Goldilocks got out of the hard bed and its scratchy blanket and moved on to the next one. What a comfortable looking bed, she exclaimed when she lay in it. But just as Goldilocks lay down in the soft bed, she felt like she would float away in a cloud. It was just too soft, and just like the soft chair, she almost sank into the quilt. Finally, she got into the smallest bed and fell into a comfortable sleep. As Goldilocks was sleeping, a family of 3 bears came into the cottage. This was their home. There was Papa Bear, Mama Bear, and Baby Bear. They all sat at the dining table to eat. Someone's been eating my porridge, Papa Bear said grumpily. Someone has been eating my porridge too, Mama Bear exclaimed. Someone's just eaten all my porridge up, Baby Bear said, looking very sad. Then they all went to the living room. Someone has been sitting in my chair, Papa Bear said. Someone has been sitting in my chair too, Mama Bear cried out loud. Someone has been sitting in my chair as it has broken into pieces, Baby Bear said and began to sob. The three bears climbed up the stairs to the bedroom, and what do they see? A little girl sleeping soundly in Baby Bear's bed. Who could she be? The bear family gasped in shock. Just then, Goldilocks woke up to see the three big bears staring down at her. Who are you? Mama Bear asked. Goldilocks just jumped out of bed and ran, for all she heard was growl. She ran down the stairs and out of the cottage as the three bears watched her from the window. What a very strange day in the woods indeed. Story complete. What do we do when the story completes?
Now let's read this one.
We'll read that. Adios.